Welcome to Dungeon Mastering is Easy. My name is Vahid Qualls. I'm the host of the show. This is the show where we show that anyone could be a dungeon master. And today we've got back with us Lord Gosumba. He's an internationally known dungeon master and Twitch streamer, well known for running 1E/2E games. He's been running an epic online Dungeons & Dragons campaign that is at session 1125. There are very few more experienced dungeon masters than Lord Gosumba on the entire planet. Welcome back, Jay. So nice to have you back with us.
Hey, thank you for having me. It's going to be a really fun discussion tonight on campaigning. I'm really looking forward to this. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be good. So what we're going to be looking for today is campaign story building, where to start.
And there's two types of campaigns. We're going to talk about homebrew and inside a published source, right? A published source setting. Published source settings are going to come with a community with it. Your own homebrew ones, you're going to have to build it up from scratch. Maybe there's nothing wrong with that, but it's going to, it takes time.
It's more work.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yep. In my private games with my brother and friends, we fell in love with the Forgotten Realms setting.
Beautiful. I'll tell it.
And same with you with Greyhawk.
Mm-hmm.
It quickly became our own.
Exactly.
And a whole bunch of other non-playing characters, and we had campaigns set in it, and, it was just beautiful maps, beautiful things. So I can completely identify with, you can take a absolutely setting, and it can still be yours, and you ultimately homebrew it yourself anyway.
100%. Dead on. But to start, do not eat the whale all at once. I mean, the how to eat a whale, right? Or how to eat one little bite at a time. You need to start small, start in an area, start in a little village, create a little community, create some really cool NPCs, create some great villains, make sure your adventurers, the players that you're going to have are going to love what you've placed for them over time. You want to have some kind of timeline. You want to have some kind of vision for the set, right? But it's pretty fun to do. And like I said, it can be done in a homebrew setting easily. You could create a map, and that's great, and then you can expand on it. You don't have to create the entire world, is what I'm saying, of that map before you start with it. Start small. That's what I did. When Grab first came out, I had to find where I wanted to go. And we found that, and we've been playing mainly in that area for 45 years, and it's a blast,
And one of the things that I've noticed, I also, when I'm doing world building with campaigns, I also like to start small, because I think a player doesn't fall in love with a nation or a continent, but they will fall in love with the baker of the village. Or they will fall in love with a strange animal that gets turned into a pet. And or the
old lady walking the dog down the street.
That's right.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, absolutely. No, you're dead on. You want to create little sparks, little mini connections.
Little sparks.
Absolutely. And then from that you can build.
And then you put them under threat.
Exactly. But it's a great journey. It's a fun time, and we're a little more evolved, and there's nothing wrong with, where we've grown to. But you get to a point where you run a group, and I'm going to recommend this a little differently than the lineal venture path. I'm going to run an adventure path from 1 to 12. I'm going to run an adventure path from 1 to 20. I think it's a mistake.
Interesting.
I think you should run maybe 1 to 6. 1 to 7, stop, take a break from them, create a new group of characters, maybe in the near village or another nearby community, because then you can start having those groups interact with each other. And that's where
Synergy.
You have exactly. You could have some crossover events. I do them all the time with my groups. Where Ed's 2-drink minimum group comes in with the Slav squad, and they go on an adventure together, because they're all 8th and 9th level characters. And that creates the campaign setting. That starts breathing the life into it. Is when you start like, wow, I'm creating something. It's living. It's breathing. Things are happening now. I just think that the adventure path is a mistake. It's great to play. It's fun to play. But when those characters get to 20, if they disappear, I think it's a wasted opportunity. Those characters should never be thrown off to the side and go in retirement. They should be active, like maybe leaders or active in, government or running guilds.
So let's say you've, whether you're doing homebrew or you're taking a published source,
Sure,
as the seed of a campaign, of a story, of a setting. How do I make an adventure out of this that's going to be captivating for my players?
So I am a big proponent of long-term plot arcs and Easter eggs, little tidbits thrown in there. I would love to. I love to see an adventure, right? Just to say, a first level adventure is run. They have to guard a caravan.
Perfect.
And something happens on that. They're successful.
I've run that adventure.
Yeah, we've all run that adventure, right? We've all run that adventure. Like, they're successful on it, but in the fight with these bandits or whatever, the bandits had a leader, and you find a scroll tube on that leader, and it's sealed. It's got the seal of, I don't know, a baron, a minor baron in the area, and that leads to something else that they weren't expecting. I try to have at least 3 or 4 of these long-term plot arcs that are little things that have happened in the campaign that, wow, what that means. I got a couple that have been running for 20, 25 years still, and sometimes I'll tie them off at the end and have a big event off of it. Yeah, but I like to create connections where they meet people here, they'll meet an NPC at this spot, and an NPC may be spy, or maybe checking them out, or maybe a member of the Assassin's Guild, or you need to create a long-term antithesis. Now, whether that's one person, whether it's an organization, you want to create that. I've had, in 45 years, I have a group called the Dark Brotherhood. I've had only 4 leaders of it in those 45 years. Yeah, so that organization's always in that background trying to do foul and evil things to all the good doers in the world in Greyhawk, yeah.
And so when one of those 4 leaders gets taken down, it's a big moment. It's
been 3 times. It's been right. The 4th one hasn't, but yeah, momentous things that my guys will. We sit around and talk at the bar. We're talking about old. Oh, remember that 1987? This, yeah. So that's kind of what happened. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's an experience of Dungeons and Dragons groups all over the world because it engages our creativity in a way that we feel is real, because our imagination feels as real to us as our reality many times,
It's like escape.
It's like when we see a picture of a cheesecake on an advertisement, we suddenly feel hungry for cheesecake, right?
100%.
Our imagination and our reality are so entwined. So yeah, I think it's an experience all around the world of Dungeons and Dragons players talking about these memories that they've lived together. Fascinating, isn't it?
It's such a joyous thing to see and to hear other stories out there, of things that have gone on for, and then they're like, oh, my campaign's only 3 years long. Well, congratulations to you. That's fantastic. That you're able to keep your friends together and been able to play for that long. That's a wonderful thing. And like you said, start small. Work your way up. Go with your comfort zone on when you think it's time to expand outward. But those are some suggestions. Don't waste your characters and your NPCs. Don't think it's that bartender's a throwaway character. No, they're in the once you have them, they're in the campaign.
Yeah.
So if that makes
then,
sense.
if we're planting Easter eggs and you have those long-term arc, do you always know where that arc's going?
No. I know kind of, but not where it's going to end up. No. All right. You want me to give you one? I'll give you one real quick here. In my Free City of Altamira book, there is a black tower that no one knows how it got there or why it was built. There are no windows or no doors to it. When this class I created myself, the Shadow Mage, when a Shadow Mage player character first comes, they're drawn to it. They don't know why. Right? Every Shadow Mage character in the campaign, when they first come, they're like drawn to this location. And the funny thing is, after every time they have a first adventure, In the treasure somehow is an amulet with a couple gem holes, and normally one or two of them will be filled. And those gem slots somehow enhance their certain shadow mage spells, but they don't know how. So there's something going on what it is. Maybe we'll find out down the road.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting, like, because I think thanks. That's a great example. I think one of the obstacles for dungeon masters is feeling that they need to be prepared for every situation,
which you can't be.
You can't be.
No.
And to try to think of every where the story's going, what every motivation is. I don't know. I think it's just an unrealistic expectation to. I guess people watch shows like your show or other shows, and they see these really experienced dungeon masters, and it can seem like everything's been planned out. And wow, how did they know that was going to happen? But a lot of it's improvising.
Especially when and your players are always going to throw you a curveball, right? And that's okay. And that's the great thing about it is it may go off on a tangent. It's one of those things. It comes second nature. Easily able to adapt to something that happens or to a conversation or a direction change. There's simple ways of dealing with it. There is, and it's part of being a DM. It really is.
Jay's going to share some more really excellent ideas about how to start a new Dungeons & Dragons campaign. But we're going to take a little break to tell you about our new book that we're launching called You Need More Orcs, which is a great supplement book for 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. It's got 60 original orc stat blocks. Frightening, fun, fierce. Perfect for any kind of campaign, but there's more to it than just that. There's things on social structures, cultural practices, name generators, expressions, all sorts of things perfect for your campaign. Head over to our Kickstarter page, link is in the description down below, because you need more orcs. One of the things I'd like to go back to, one of the things that you said before, you talked about, like when we talk about campaign story building, where to start, and you didn't talk about the threat, which I thought was interesting. You didn't talk about, all right, guys, you need to have a threat, an ominous villain that's going to scare people, that's going to motivate them. You didn't say that at all. What you said is you need to create a community. The players need to love the setting. There need to be little sparks that they feel connected to.
The observation that I see a lot, and this is from just seeing so many other DMs, is DMs want to, and like I said, I'm not disparaging anyone. This is just an observation of me. They want to run to that they want to get to that point. We want to fight the dragon. Well, there's a journey to get to that if you skip, I think you're missing out on all the other side treks, character interactions, meeting new player characters, meeting new NPCs, meeting some people that you really are not that are underhanded, but you have to deal with them.
Yeah.
I think that's the fun part of the game, and all that intertwined will make the final encounters you get to a lot more memorable and cherished. And that's what I said with these long-term plot arcs I have. We just finished up one for 25 years. Well, they remember it.
Yeah, man, I
just see there's too much of a rush to get to those momentous combats and defeat the baddie. It could simmer for a bit. I think that's just you want to have something also you can go back to and develop. When you have a whole new set of first level characters, which trust me, if your players love what you're doing, they're going to want to restart and try other character classes and other ideas. Now you have your setting.
Yeah.
Hey, you still have the same NPCs, you still have the same baker, you still have the same
exactly
bartender.
Right,
or if you want to move to another town, you can. There's options you can do. But you have to build a living, breathing campaign. It takes a lot of patience. But most of all, it takes you gotta be in it for the long run. You gotta be in it. And I'm not saying keep the game boring early. There could be a lot of exciting things that can happen. Getting attacked, ransacked on the road by 6 goblins can be terrifying for first level character.
Yeah, man.
There's a lot of stuff you can do. Yeah,
for sure. And I think I think what you mentioned at the beginning in terms of like that classic starting storyline of protecting a caravan, and then using that with some bigger plot hook bigger plot hooks is an excellent example of way of embedding people in a small place where they get to know some NPCs, they get to know the environment. Because really, I think that the strength of doing that is that when they do fall in love with a place, then they actually will want to stop the villain from destroying it.
Agreed, 100%. Agreed.
Because before that, it's like, who cares?
You build it up, you let it breathe, you let it grow. That's the way to create a campaign.
That's been very, very insightful, really interesting idea. You don't necessarily need to start with thinking of just what the threat, what the danger is, but rather what's the community that's being built? Who are the people that this story is going to affect beyond the player characters? Yeah, what's that broader world going to be like?
There'll be enough threats.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly. Hey, that's really helpful. Let's move on to one of the regular segments we have. All right. This is going to be a tricky one. This is called the Rules Test Challenge. We're going to ask each other a rule challenge to see if the other can get it right. The reason we're doing this is it is my perception that a lot of dungeon masters who are new to the game, newer players, feel intimidated when they see a book so thick and they think they need to know all the rules, right? This is just one of the books. Yeah. And so this is to show that even people that have been playing the game for a while, we don't always know all the rules.
These different systems, we're not going to, this is going to be fun. So,
yeah. So I should have an advantage because I've played 1E and 2E. But it was a long time ago.
Okay.
So
I played a little 5e. I played like in 4 games.
All right.
That's it.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to go first?
You go first.
Okay. You ready?
Yeah, sure.
Name one of the many weapons that has the sap weapon mastery trait.
Okay. So it's club.
Club is, let me have a look. No, slow.
No, it's too slow.
It has the slow weapon mastery, not the sap one. All right.
Sap's a knockout, right?
Yeah. Sap does, allows, anyway.
Okay. I'll give it a shot.
I'm ready. Hit me.
All right. There's a major difference between 1E, 2E, and 5th edition where movement beyond 10 feet is your action for the rounds. Whereas in 5e, you can move and attack and then move again. Give me an exception to that where you could in 1E, 2E attack being like 30 feet away in melee combat.
If a wizard has put the jump spell on you.
Okay, you're close. That's great. That was close. That was very close. Leap ability, like from toads and so a creature or a barbarian can leap and attack number 1. An item like Boots of Striding and Springing, or spells like Tensor's Running Warrior. Jump is actually a full action with it, but that was really close, man.
I was close.
Give you a half for that one. Yeah.
I'm gonna give a half. Okay, right, Jay?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yep.
Name one rogue subclass.
Oh, jeez. Assassin.
Oh, hey! You're on the board. Okay, you're on 1 point. All right, I'm ready.
All right. With the exception of the damn spell Disintegrate, what was the most feared 1E spell? As it states, if you get killed by it, you cannot be raised from the dead.
Other than Disintegrate. Oh, yeah. Spell.
It is a nasty spell.
I'm going to say, because I think that, is it Powered Kill?
No, you can be raised from that.
Ah!
The answer is Finger of Death. The Finger of Death spell, which I believe is which is high level mage. I have a necromancer as well, and I think druids even get it. Yeah, it's a nasty high level spell. Yeah.
Oh no,
that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah, sure.
Final question from me.
Cool.
So far, you're winning on 1 point, and I'm on a half.
That's okay.
What is the range in 5e of Lightning Bolt?
Okay. It's got to be preset if there's a range to it. In old school, it's 100 plus 10 feet per level before it starts. Okay. So I know that. So I'm going to say 80 feet.
Not bad. 100 feet.
Okay. All right.
Not bad. You're pretty close.
It's a guess. That was a guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a guess. Yeah.
Yeah. It's 100 plus 10, and then it goes 80 foot long in 1E2E. And you can fork it into two 40s or whatever off that. But yeah. So good one.
Yeah. All right, I'm ready for my last one. I need a half a point to tie you.
Okay. Everyone knows that there's concentration spells for buff spells in 5th edition. What was the limit to the number of buff spells you could have placed on a character in 1E2E?
3.
No.
What?
It's unlimited.
Unlimited. Oh my goodness.
There was no limit.
Well,
It
congratulations.
was a trick
Jay.
question a little bit.
Yeah, I don't mind. Trick questions are good. Congratulations on defeating me.
No, that's all right. That was close. That was fun though. That was fun. Yeah, you could buff here. I mean, my guys are the par excellence in buffing, and then that one dispel magic spell, get rid of most of them. Yeah.
The reality is there's hundreds of spells.
Thousands.
All those weapons, thousands. If you cross different systems, it is impossible for a dungeon master to know all of that stuff. It's impossible. So if you're a new dungeon master, if you're listening to this show, don't even sweat it. Don't even worry about it. You can't possibly know it.
Start small.
Yeah.
Then expand it.
And that's why I know this is a topic for another topic. That's why I like starting with first level characters. Because the players and the DMs both get to start small. You don't have to learn a zillion spells and things.
No, I agree 100%. It brand new to the campaign. Always start first. Gives you some life experience, lessons, and what you can and can't do in the game. Yeah,
love it.
I agree.
Jay, it has been such a delight having you on the show. Thank you very much for joining us again. I really appreciate it.
Of course, anytime. It was a really fun discussion. Thank you.
Jay, where can they find you?
You can find me mostly at www.twitch.tv/Lord Gosumba, a top 20 D&D channel and viewer hours watched average each week.
All the time.
Thank you. And I have a big project going on with Luke Gygax right now. It's called Melf's Guide to Greyhawk, the Borderlands of Ayus. Myself, Stephen Randy McFarlane, and a couple other people are working with Luke, hoping to have this publication out by the end of the year. And it'll be old gritty Greyhawk. So we're really looking forward to that. So that's something to look forward to in the near future. And we're really excited.
Wonderful. The links are in the video description down below. Again, thank you so much, Jay.
Of course.
And to our Patreon supporters, thank you to all our Patreon supporters that help to keep the lights on for our Dice Legends show. We really appreciate it. And if you want to support the Dice Legends channel with podcasts like this and other shows, check out the link down below. You can follow for free. It doesn't cost you a cent. Or you can join one of the 3 simple tiers and support us financially as well. We appreciate everything our patrons do for us. All right. We'll catch you next time. See you later.
Thank you. Have a great one. That was awesome.
It's wonderful to see all the new Patreons that have popped in over the last couple of weeks. If you want to see your name in these credits as well, hit us up.